This is a summary of part 5 of the Mexican War documentary we're watching in class. If you missed part 5, you can watch this video to get the summary. You might want to have your T-chart open up next to this video in a split screen in case there's anything that you can add to it from this video. In part 5, we have Taylor versus Santa Anna. Santa Anna is on the offensive at this point, and he's chasing down Zachary Taylor. A Mexican deserter gives important information to Taylor, and that's going to lead to the Battle of Buena Vista, which ends up being the bloodiest battle of the war. Mexico had the advantage in this battle until Santa Anna was forced to retreat to Mexico City due to civil unrest there. So basically, you could see the Battle of Buena Vista on the map. I'll give you a second to find it. It's in red. Okay, and you can see where Mexico City is way further south from there. It's labeled in black. So basically at Buena Vista, Santa Anna is having pretty good success against the Americans until word gets to him from the capital city that he is needed in the capital. The government is basically forcing him to abandon Buena Vista, come to the capital because it's a civil war that's breaking out basically, and they need his help. So he's very disgruntled and frustrated by this, but of course he does what he's told, and he leaves and goes to Mexico City. Taylor actually ends up leaving the war after the Battle of Buena Vista. He goes home and he's like, all right, I'm out of here. He decided to run for president to get revenge on Polk. Polk was the president. Remember, these two guys do not get along. Polk replaced him. He demoted him. He's always getting mad at him. Those two just don't see eye to eye. Polk is a very aggressive person, and Taylor isn't, and they just kind of butt heads. So Taylor decides he's going to run for president to make sure that Polk does not win re-election. But the funny thing is, Polk decided not to run for re-election. He decided he was going to be a one-term president. And Taylor ends up winning. Anyway, he won the election of 1848, but unfortunately, he ends up dying in office 2 years later. Meanwhile, Winfield Scott, the guy who had replaced Zachary Taylor, privately criticized Polk but publicly supported him. Scott planned an amphibious invasion at Veracruz. Amphibious invasion means you go from water to land, and they're very hard to pull off. In March of 1847, U.S. ships arrived at Veracruz. Santa Anna was stuck in Mexico City, dealing with the political unrest that he had been sent there to settle down. And that is it for part 5. Next video will be for part 6.